Hello, hello, hey now. Welcome to Gen Lab. I'm Darren,
This is Greg.
and this is Gen Lab. And what we do is we get different aged people and throw topics out and see how people react or think about different things, movies, situations, whatever. And today, so Greg and I, as you guys know, we're Gen Xers, but today we have three Z's. Is that what y'all are? We have three Z's. So we have Darby, wave.
What's up?
We have Riley, wave. And we have not least or last, but we have Piper, wave. So, okay. We're going to give you a chance to introduce yourself. So I'm going to, Darby's on the bottom left on my screen. So Darby, you start, say a little bit about yourself.
I'm a student at the University of Arkansas. I'm studying advertising, and I've known Piper for about almost 20 years, and Riley for 3.
And how old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay.
So
Riley.
So what year were you born?
2001.
2001.
All right, Riley, what you got?
So I'm Riley. I was born in 2002. Yeah. And my major is graphic design, minor in marketing. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Oh, I live with Piper and have known Darby for a few years.
Okay, cool. It's a little echoey on Riley's, but I'm sure we'll work it out. All right, Piper Poo, what you got?
My name is Piper, second born of co-host Darren. I was born in 2001. I'm 22, and I go to the University of Arkansas.
Woo Pig Suey.
Woo pig.
Awesome.
So Pooh is your middle name, I'm guessing?
It's my nickname.
Oh, nickname. Okay.
Like Winnie the Pooh, not like she pooed her diaper.
Okay.
There's an H at the end.
There's an H at the end. Okay, good.
Oh,
Awesome.
Oh no, he's the one that runs it. We're in trouble.
So I think
What
I may have
happened?
lost everybody.
I don't know. He must have his internet must have dropped out.
It's the Hunger Games.
He is the dude that runs it. So how you know what? We're just gonna wing it. How is everybody today?
Doing good.
beautiful
Awesome.
day in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
It is. It's a little echoey. I'm still hearing some echo. Here
It's
it comes.
because we're all in the same room, and so their computers are picking up what I'm saying as well.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Well, Greg's back. Welcome back, Greg.
Welcome
No,
back.
yeah.
And
I didn't
now-
like the show.
And now we're in different boxes on my screen.
And for those listening on the podcast, you don't care which box you're in. So
That's fair. Yeah, I don't want to be put in a box anyway.
yeah. Hey, so as we start, what about what is not your all-time favorite, but what is everybody's favorite song today?
Currently, right now,
Right now, yeah,
today,
today. What did you playlist when you started this morning? You said, I got to hear that song today.
I'm listening to Bet on It from High School Musical 2.
Great choice.
That's a bold move. Who sings that?
Troy Bolton, also
Okay.
known as Zac Efron.
I was going to say, okay, yeah. Was he in the movie? I know Zac. Now, what'd you call him? Troy Bolton?
That's his
That's
name.
his name in
His character.
the movie.
That's a character. Okay. All right. Who wants to go next?
My drive over here, windows down, I was listening to a song called Octahate. I don't know the artist. I think it's Rin Weaver. It's very pop 2008 though.
Oh, I can't wait
like
to.
Octopus Hate or Aqua.
Like
What is
OCTA, like Octa 8. I don't
Yeah.
really know where the name stems from though, because it's not mentioned in the song whatsoever.
I can't wait to pop that in after. Of course, we don't pop anything in, do we?
I
We
pop
just-
in. I talked about popping in yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. Piper, what you got?
I don't know. I think Riley kind of stole my answer because us as a household has been really enjoying the soundtrack of High School Musical. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with this song called Thunderclouds. I was listening to that today, and it's by. I'm not saying that's my favorite, but I was listening to it today and enjoying it. It's by I think Labyrinth and Sia and something else. It's like house music.
Okay, cool.
Is what that song's kind of like.
House music, like at a rave or something.
It's like, yeah. I think house is like it's more of a more mellow version of EDM.
Okay.
I'm not really into that, but I was listening to
that's
it
what
today.
you're listening to. I actually heard today on a radio program I was listening to. There's a new thing called GDM. Like EDM is electronic dance music. This guy is creating something called guitar dance music. It's like EDM, but it's heavy guitar. So that's very interesting.
Interesting. Well, I've never really been into that style of music, but my roommate Morgan over the summer, she loves stuff like that, and that's all she would play. And so I got some good songs from her. She opened my mind to it.
That's awesome. What you got, Greg?
I'm gonna go with "Good with Me" from Walker Hayes.
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah, check it out when you finish.
Do you girls know Walker Hayes?
I definitely know the name.
He's the one that sings
Fancy Like.
Yeah.
Oh,
And another one.
You know that song.
That
AA.
You Broke Up With Me.
Yeah.
Yes.
My mom loves that song.
You broke up with me. 90s country. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, yesterday though, I really was that song hit me. I don't know. It's political in nature, kind of. He profiles every name. It's kind of funny.
I don't have a song per se, but I did think of this. There's a local band that I absolutely love up here called the
Arkansas?
Yes. No. That's like bluegrass. Not that I dislike bluegrass, but no, the Flims. They're not at all like bluegrass. They're like post-punk. And
as in like phlegm.
The Flims. It's like PH something or another. It's a local band, and I love them. They're
tell us
awesome.
a song from them.
I don't know their songs. I just I've seen them live a couple of times, and they popped into my head today. So I'm going to go with the Flims. And if this thing blows up, hopefully the Flims will pick up steam.
Everybody stream the Flims.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't spell it, but PH something or another.
I love a good punk rock, so I'm gonna have to check them out.
They're kind of post-punk. They're kind of industrial post-punk, if you know what that is.
Slightly.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Harvey kind of likes her TikTok singers as well.
Oh, really?
I'm a slave to social media.
That's a Gen Z problem.
It is a Gen Z problem. Yeah, maybe we can talk about that here in a bit.
I've got a cousin that I communicate with. I have a text thread that has cousins and my brother on it, and I call it the Bruzins text. And for one, they don't like that, but it makes sense to me. So this random cousin made a claim today that my sister doesn't like him. So they're like, well, why? Well, because every time he likes one of her posts, which she posts like 3 times a year, that she deletes the post and turns him in, which that makes no sense to me. How would you even turn anybody in anyway? I don't even understand that. So he's 62 and he's a slave to social media. So I just want to say that. I don't know what genre person that is, but there you go.
It could be anyone.
Addictive personality.
Maybe. He likes his glug.
This is what?
Glug, beer. That's what I call beer. Because he's glug.
He's a professional drinker.
He is. Piper knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Good
Okay,
times.
sorry. I just had to.
No,
throw
you're
that up.
good. You're good. So next question is: what about a recent movie that you've watched, and what format did you watch it on? Like, did you stream it? Did you watch it on Netflix? How did you watch it?
I'll go first because I had this on the top of my mind. I just watched. I'm not a horror movie person at all, but I gave in and I watched A Cabin in the Woods, which is kind of like supposed to be like a stereotypical horror movie, but the gist of it is this like society together is creating sacrifices for the old gods. So they have to choose these 5 victims and send them into this like setup of like a staged cabin in the woods, and they all have to die enough to be like the jock, the dumb blonde, like the stoner. They all have to like fit the vibe of like the 5 different characters, and like they all have to die in different ways. But there's people you see behind the scenes. They're like, let's like gas them with stuff to make them more stupid because they all know what's going on, but like they try to like dumb them down and like turn them into different characters that fit like stereotypical horror movie.
Sounds like America. Well, first of all, spoiler alert if you want to watch Cabin in the
Yeah, I
Woods.
didn't think about that one. But that's like the trailer. I gave you what's in the trailer. There's a lot of
Okay.
behind the scenes thing I didn't explain.
So how did you
All right.
see it? Stream, I'm guessing.
I think it was on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I could be wrong though, but I'm thinking that's where it was. Great movie though. I'd watch it again.
Oh,
Cool.
Okay. Good.
All right, who's next?
I was watching The Little Mermaid right before this, and it was on Disney Plus.
Okay.
But I
Were you
would typically go to Hulu first for a movie.
Were you watching it on purpose?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Little Mermaid's great. The original or the new one?
a new one because I like.
Oh, the new one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters and I couldn't remember if I liked it or not because I just wanted like a homey feeling, and Disney always is the childhood homey feeling is my go-to. So I went to go find a Disney movie and saw it and was like, I need to watch this right now.
Cool.
I just want to say something happened and the sound just got a lot better. While Riley was talking, all the background noise went away. So
I muted
good.
myself.
I
Good.
also muted myself.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever y'all are doing, you're killing it.
Professionals. But yeah, that's mine.
That's awesome.
Also do this thing as roommates that every single night we watch an episode of Smallville together, which is like
Sometimes more than one episode.
yeah, maybe like 3 or 4. We basically watch a movie every night.
Superman.
Mhm.
I've never watched it.
Me either.
I had
So
never
good.
even heard of it until this year, and
It's like
started watching
Superman
it.
growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've
What-
never watched
what do
it.
you-
But I've heard of it.
That's something our household does. Yeah, every semester we have a new show we're watching all semester. Like last semester, every night we sat down and watched a couple episodes of The OC, and now we're watching Smallville this semester.
It's awesome. As long as everybody
That's
likes
cool.
it.
Yeah, we're all addicted.
All right,
That's
Pooh.
cool.
What was the movie we watched the other night? I don't ever watch movies really.
Yeah, me either.
And so we watched one. I'll just say when I watched, this was like early last month, but it's the first thing I can think of. And it's called well, actually I can't even think of the name of it.
What's it
I
about?
don't know. It's newer. It's a huge cast. It's about all this family comes together for this like funeral or something, and it's like 7 siblings, and they're all doing I can't remember what it's called, but it's where they like sit for 7 days or something. And I think it's like a Jewish community thing, but the family's not even Jewish. It's supposed to be like a comedy, but it's also like deeper. I don't know. It was an interesting movie, not at all what I expected.
And you don't know
I
what it
can't
is.
remember what it's called. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
We watched
can look
a
it up.
movie
Look
the
it
other day
up.
together that Piper and I fell in love with. Series,
Yes.
two, not
There's two.
series. What was it called?
Murder Mystery and Murder Mystery 2.
It's
with
kind of like
Winston and Sam.
Adam Sandler. It's kind of like the Orient Express, though, but like take your standard American tourist and let them be the detectives.
And who's in it? Sandler and who?
Yes.
Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
I think I've seen a clip of it.
I remember the name of the movie. It's called This Is Where I Leave You.
And you would recommend it?
I would highly recommend it.
Okay,
It
cool.
was interesting. It wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen, but it was like
It's worth a watch.
Worth a watch. It's different than most movies, I feel like.
All right. What you got, Greg?
I don't know the name of them. I don't watch movies either. And I also choke at every meal. So
Yeah. You and Piper have that in common.
Piper and I have that in common on water or tea or whatever.
And I'm trying to make a catch up. I'm
Yeah.
trying to catch up.
Aiden always gets mad at me.
Yeah. So I watched a movie about this guy, and I was in a hotel room. So I don't know what I just watched on TV, and it had commercials. I know you guys probably haven't watched anything with commercials forever or ever. So
It's so
I remember
crazy.
my kids they saw commercials. They're like, fast forward. I was like, well, you can't fast forward. We're just watching the show. And it was about this
Hulu
guy.
has commercials.
Oh, do they? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The cheap version of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was about this guy who was in a blue shirt. He was part of a video game, and I really enjoyed it. I don't
Wait,
know.
I watched that movie. Is it called Free Guy?
Yes. Yeah,
With,
that was a good movie.
Ryan
I thought it was
Reynolds.
I
I
thought it was a good
enjoyed it.
movie. Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
I refuse to watch Ryan Reynolds movies.
it's good.
Why? What do you have against him?
I don't know. I don't like him.
He's a funny guy. I feel like you would.
He's a phony baloney. I don't like him. I'm
Are
sorry.
you? Do you see him as competition because he's funny?
Ah,
He's not funny. But
Oh.
I don't want to go down a Ryan Reynolds thing. I just there's something about Ryan Reynolds that turns me off 100%. I don't know why. But yeah.
I hear the passion in your voice about this.
now that
Yeah, do it.
now that I know that, I'm a huge Ryan Reynolds fan.
Of course you are.
I don't know any of his movies other than that one, but
They're
I
all
didn't even know
bad.
that was him. But yeah.
This
I'm gonna-
episode
I'm
could
gonna-
be called Ryan Reynolds Fan Club.
Anti-Reynolds.
Yes.
Ryan. Say
Yes.
that 3 times. I can't
Yes.
even say it. My body
And-
won't even allow me to say it.
And I'm gonna go look all of them up, and I'm gonna I'm gonna watch them all in one night. Yes.
Not stream
All
them,
the
but
Deadpools.
what do you? I say I've never seen those. What do you? What when you watch every binge? You'll binge.
binge them. I'm gonna binge them
Yeah.
all tonight.
Do you guys binge stuff?
What?
No.
What?
Oh wait, no, that was such a
Riley
lie.
in weeks. So she's
No,
been
that
binging.
was such a lie. I don't listen to music. Sorry, that was actually such a lie. I don't know why I said that. I don't listen to music nearly as much as I listen to shows. Like I pop in a show like when I'm driving to school or anywhere because I just
Are
like
you
listening to
serious?
it. People talking.
She's
Wow.
constantly like, I'll be in my room. We have connecting rooms, and I'll hear these voices, and I'm like, who is in our house? And it's just her show always playing.
I actually woke up like 2 nights ago in the middle of the night because I fell asleep with my show on, and I thought someone was in my room, and I was so scared until I forgot that I had fell asleep to my show. But no, I don't know why I said that. I am a chronic binger.
And what is your show? What's the show?
Right now, I'm watching Castle. It's like a murder
Okay.
mystery show.
No, it's a TV
It's a mom
series.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
I love
I can
it.
picture the guy. I like that guy. Now he's
Mhm.
he's worth watching. So I've watched 2 movies of late. I'll throw both of them out there. One of them's called oh man, I just went blank. The Holdovers.
Like father, like daughter, like daughter,
The
like father.
Holdovers. I saw that, and I think it's up for an Academy Award. It's like a current movie.
I've heard
And
about
then-
that.
And then I watched night before last, maybe I watched A Man Called Otto.
Oh, I saw that. That's a very sad movie.
Very sad. It's my dad's favorite movie right now.
It's such a sad movie.
That's
He
just
loves
telling.
it.
Well,
He
I
loved
like
it.
both of them. I like both of them. The holdovers is kind of sad too. So yeah, I need a Disney movie to bring me up a bit. I'm like you, Riley. So yeah, that's what I've seen, and I streamed them. I think everybody streams. I haven't. Okay, let me say this. The first movie I saw in a movie theater in 10 years was Barbie. I hadn't been to a movie in
I
a
haven't
movie
even seen
theater
Barbie.
in 10 years until I went to see Barbie.
Why would you go watch
Human.
Barbie?
Barbie was awesome. Barbie was an awesome. It's very surprising, but it's done very well. And the guys on there, the Kens on there. Did you see it?
No, so I give
I
it
never
2 thumbs
saw it.
down.
No, Barbie's funny and smart, and the guys steal the show. They're hilarious.
Is
It's a
Ryan
great
Reynolds
movie.
in it?
No, the
Then I'm
better
not
Ryan
watching it.
Gosling is.
Ryan Gosling. I'm a Ryan Gosling fan. I'm not a Ryan Reynolds fan. Dude, you would like Barbie. Barbie's great. Very, very well done.
This episode's over.
Is that
You're gonna
like
get canceled for saying that.
is that like saying that I like Nickelback or something?
A Nickelback.
Do you like Nickelback? Does somebody like Nickelback?
I'll give him a listen every now and then.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Jasmine.
All
It's a
right.
karaoke band.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a funny listen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
There's like a lot of memes about Nickelback.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, on that note, so if there's memes about Nickelback, are there memes about Creed? And are there memes
Yes.
about Winger?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like people will post videos of them like drinking, like a guys will post videos of them like drinking alone, and it's like higher playing or something,
Take
and it's
me higher.
and it's like titled "I'm Still Missing Her," and it's just like drunk, like that's like the meme is just like all these drunk guys being depressed,
And
but
listening
it's like they're
to
joking about it.
Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They their Super Bowl, I don't think it was their Super Bowl performance.
World
It
Series.
was
World Series.
yeah. Them
Yeah.
performing, awesome performance.
Did
But my
they
boyfriend and I said that would be our wedding song.
Yeah,
did they
no
perform
doubt.
at the World Series? I
The
know
stickers.
Yes.
the Rangers grabbed a hold of them. I don't remember them performing. I was probably
Yeah. Brought them back
working.
together.
I missed about 3 of the games. So
So
yeah,
I have a
interesting.
customer who played who was the guitar player for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
That's fun.
right now, or you said was?
Before they got big.
He was before. Well, no, he subbed in for them like when they played in
He
Dallas.
built them up.
Yeah, I guess. When they played in Dallas at the whatever that club is you guys go to sometimes, House of Blues. House of
yeah.
Blues. Yeah, he told me he could get me tickets, but I didn't.
That
wasn't
was
interested.
Scott Staff by himself.
It was, but yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
did promise me tickets and backstage passes, and I sat
The
at
dude-
home waiting for the phone to
he-
ring.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He-
yeah, man. I'm telling you,
Uh-oh.
big
It's
points
getting-
against you.
Okay, so
getting
one of
itchy.
that's one of the topics for today, so we can talk about that later. That'll be mine. Hey, but I hope that's a public service announcement. PSA. So the only 2 people that are drinking on this show are the 2 people that aspirate at every meal. So just if someone needs help, please, call 911 or whatever.
I'm drinking. Is Piper
you
and
are?
Greg drinking? Yeah, I've been drinking
Yes,
water.
both of us, both of Piper and I. So anyway,
That could be
if
an
we start
explosive
choking-
situation.
Yeah, it could be dangerous.
This could be bad.
So the first topic for today, you guys had sent some topic requests in, and some of them we'll get to, and some of them we might not. We'll have to come back later. We'll invite you guys back. But the first one is generational fashion. So what do you like about the fashion you are into today or your generation's into? And what do you dislike or like about your parents or Gen X fashion?
For today's fashion, I like that athleisure is a lot more acceptable. Like you can wear comfy clothes out and no one's gonna be like, you didn't get dressed up to go to the grocery store. I feel like that's something my mom always was saying to me, like I need to put more effort in to like clothing.
Oh
But it's
man,
just like I'm
your
just going to the
mom,
grocery store.
your mom is right on. I say that all the time. It's
she's
like
not.
you could meet your future husband. They're like, well, if he can't take me as my leisure, then I don't want him. I'm like, yeah,
That's kind of my take
okay.
on today's fashion though.
And what do you dislike about your parents' fashion or Gen X fashion? Something they
Uh
wear.
Are your
like
parents
as of
Gen
today or
X's?
what they did
Probably.
wear.
But what they wear today, something you dislike about that, what they
No, it
wear,
would be what they did wear because they
or
wear
both, either
whatever's
one.
in fashion now.
Not necessarily.
I mean, my closet's full of yoga pants. I didn't have yoga pants back in the 80s.
You wear yoga
Lululemon,
pants?
man, right here.
Yeah.
You
Taking the
have
world by
Lululemon?
storm.
I don't even have Lululemon.
I'm kidding.
I honestly don't have many like things that I don't like about like 70s and 80s and 90s fashion. I'm kind of here for it all.
Okay.
I like seeing the changes.
All right, that's cool. Raleigh, what you got?
I actually just watched a video on this recently that I thought was so interesting. It was like the turnover rate and trends, because like everything, like you just cycle through trends, right? And it was talking about how like the turnover rate and trends is becoming so fast right now that they think that, like, I mean, this is like, it's not scientific, but they think that it just because the turnover rate is just becoming so fast, people won't be able to afford to like keep with the trends. So trends are going to kind of like slow down and everyone's just going to kind of not follow like crazy trends, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Then they
But
would be me.
yeah,
Do you think people
not
follow
so much
trends that closely? Because like Fashion Week
Yes.
has completely different stuff every year.
Yeah.
So you really got to be on your game if you're going to follow that closely. You think people
Like
do that?
fashion merchandising majors they study on how to predict trends that will come. Like we've got a couple of friends that are in that major and they have classes dedicated to understanding how to predict a trend and how to put that out there.
Mhm.
And because people follow trends that closely. I don't really. I feel like just
No.
because I never like to like spend money on something specific just because it's like in style at the moment. I think I just get something if I like it or not.
Right. You're more of a kind of a hippie. I think you like retro stuff. Like every time I get a call from you about wanting something, it's something in a retro shop that was in the 70s. I don't that's I don't know.
So she likes her parents' style. Then I mean, basically
Yeah, like
whatever her
I
parents
shopping
were
didn't
in the
wearing.
dress
closet.
like that. I didn't dress like that. Or mom may have. I don't know.
Well,
My dad wears the ugliest shoes. He could not pick out any worse shoes than he wears.
What
Like
are they?
they're horrendous. Every single pair is like neon bright. I couldn't even explain them.
really.
And he
Like
wears
tennis
them with
shoes?
everything. He would wear them to yeah, most of the time it's tennis shoes. He wears them all the time. You could see him from 3 miles away because of the ugly shoes he's wearing walking
I'll
down
be
the street.
I'll be honest with you, the louder and brighter it is, the more I like it.
Really? That's how he is.
Yeah,
No,
I would love that.
no.
Oh, see, I can't do it. I'm like, it's so bad. It matches nothing.
But you also like your like more mellow colors.
I
Like
do.
your pastels and stuff
Very
like
much
that.
so do.
What year was your dad born, Raleigh? Do you know?
No.
You don't know what year your dad
Oh
was born?
no, he's probably around my age. I think he's a little younger than me.
He's like 54.
Okay, so
He's
he's born
probably
in
like 70
late
then.
60s. Yeah, or 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's 50 to 54. I'm gonna guess 52, but I have no idea. I've met him, but he seems a
I'm
little younger than me.
I'm gonna go with Darby's guess at 54. She is his daughter. Is it her dad? So yeah,
Do what?
I'm going with Darby's guess at age 54 since it's her dad.
No, it's Riley's
It's
dad.
Riley's
I
dad.
mean
Riley.
Riley's. I meant Riley's dad. I'm sorry. I meant Riley's
But
dad.
my dad's
My apologies.
was born in 70, so I'm just guessing that.
We're probably all very close. And let me say this, and I don't want to step on anybody, but I was told today, I think it was today, that millennials, maybe not all, but millennials don't like colors. They don't like dressing their kids in Easter clothes that are
Yeah,
colorful.
millennial beige.
They want, yeah, they're millennial
Yeah,
beige
same.
and gray. So
Same ever.
I took a picture of what's it called? Mr. The guy from the movie $1 Million, the Mike Myers movie. Anyway, he
Austin
dressed
Powers.
Austin Powers. Thank you. And he dresses like an all gray. So I did a snapshot of that and sent it to Amy and said, "This is so and so's baby Easter outfit for so and so's baby." It was just a gray, just making fun. I didn't know that. I didn't know millennials
Yeah, that's
don't
like
like
a
color.
thing.
Why is
Like
that?
they'll
I
like
don't understand.
buy these like old eclectic houses and then ruin it by painting everything different shades of gray or different shades of beige.
That's why
And just like
everything's gray on every house now, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, like a lot
I
of
didn't
older
realize
houses
that.
are like just like standard
I mean,
gray.
look at ours. Our whole
Floor.
house is this color.
Well, yeah, they're all gray, but I didn't know it was to your children's Easter outfit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Oh,
I
yeah.
just thought everything kind
No,
of
it's
goes
everything.
through trends. I didn't know it was like a 30-something anti-color. I love color, so I guess I'm not in.
I'm with the Grays. I'll be a millennial on that topic.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily just millennials because I think there's a lot of people that are in our generation that love their.
I think it's just trendy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's trendy, and I want to say something to the fashion thing. So I'm going to go with Darby, and I like that things are more casual. And casual's fine. Like in the 90s when grunge was in, everybody looked like pure hell. Everyone looks better than they did in the 90s, but in the 70s and 80s, if you were going to go to church or if you're going to go on a job interview, man, suit, tie, vest, uncomfortable shoes, screw that. I'm glad that's gone. I mean, I'm sure it's not gone for everybody, but I'd like the more casual situation. And I don't think the casual looks bad now. It looked bad in the 90s when grunge was in. Because it was just stupid. Everybody was wearing Doc Martens and flannel shirts. It was ridiculous. But now, anyway, I just want to address that. I like the casual.
I prefer a suit and tie, but I
You
remember
think
when
for
the
real or sarcastic?
no for real. I
No,
remember
he's
when
real. He's
yeah,
an
yeah.
accountant.
I remember when they went to Casual Friday at a company I was at 20 years, and I was so disappointed that we relented to not be like I liked. We were in the 19th floor. We were kind of uppity. I liked, I liked looking good.
I
It was
agree.
good.
I
It was
like.
nice.
One thing I really don't like about what's happening with the more okayness of being casual no matter what situation is like walking into a nice restaurant and there's people in baseball caps and
Oh,
t-shirts.
no doubt.
That I don't
You know,
feel
Yeah,
like
that
I'm
makes
eating
me
at
mad.
Chili's if I'm going to Ruth's Chris. And I
Right,
think that's something that's an epidemic that's happening.
Yeah,
we went.
the cap's too
Yeah,
much.
They're not putting enough effort into where they should be.
No.
Like going
Absolutely.
to class should be I can wear
Yeah.
yoga pants, but going to dinner with my friends, someone should not be wearing a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah. So we went to a formal where it said formal attire. So basically maybe tux, but definitely no, it's evening wear. They originally said formal and then they changed it to evening wear. So you could wear a suit. But there were people who showed up. I mean, so the people who show up and they have, their t-shirt with their cowboy hat. I don't know. I just
No,
Did they
like
have a
seeing
sport coat?
wedding pictures of the
No.
groom and the groomsmen in Wranglers and a button up is
That's their style.
horrible. It's like
Yeah.
dress up.
Yeah, if you get married on a ranch, I guess,
The thing that kind of bugs me is when people are really casual at church. I get that you don't have to have a three-piece suit on, but you know what bothers me even more about church? Like, we're Methodists, so the Methodist thing is they wear the robe and they have the little thing that goes over their shoulder. I like that look. And some preachers are more liberal with it than others. And when they're up there and they're casual, they don't have the robe. That bums me out. That I like the robe. I don't know what that's called, but
Stole.
I don't know. It's like they're graduating, whatever that thing is that hangs over their shoulder. Stole. So anyway, that bums me out. But then I'm on the 15th row with an untucked flannel shirt and Doc Martens on. So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a Baptist, but I wore my soccer shirt. I play soccer on Sundays, and today the game was right after church. So I wore my soccer shirt to church and my shorts under my pants because I didn't have time to change.
Well,
Like Superman.
Yeah, it's like Superman. And I was really good today. No, I'm 54 years old, but I can still hang with the 30-year-olds. I played on 30 and over team indoor, so it's fun.
That is
Hey,
fun.
so what I dislike about fashion is the same thing. Dislike about fashion in our era, Gen X, is the same thing I dislike about fashion for Gen Z. I hate bell bottoms. I hate them.
I actually was going to bring that up. I think our generation, or just the society as a whole, tried too hard to bring bell bottoms back, and now they've turned into it ruined them. Bell bottoms used to be so awesome, and now there's people. It's turned into like a more ratchet situation instead of like a fun style icon piece. So
To me, it's more like stage wear. Like they flare out, and then they have pockets that have like flowery prints, and it's almost like something you would wear on stage as a singer, more than right. Am I wrong about that? Like, they're really jazzed up
and
now.
I feel like it's not they don't look the same now. It's like straight, and then it's like your leg has a tutu on it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard.
You're right about that.
I'm good if you
I
guys
don't know
wear
if I
them.
could picture old bell bottoms.
Well, I wore them, and I didn't like them. I didn't like them then, and I was so glad that they got skinnier when I was young, and I don't know that I could ever go back to bell bottoms as a dude. I mean, it's fine for girls.
Yeah.
I think you should, personally. I think you should wear them to Casual Fridays.
You know what I
think
hated when I was young?
that's a good idea.
Corduroy. I hated corduroy.
Oh man, I hate corduroy too. I hated corduroy too.
I love corduroy.
Oh yeah, you guys can
I'm
have the
It's a
corduroy
good winter
and
material.
yeah.
So that's back in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's in or out. I've just always loved it. Like I had corduroy
right now.
I don't think
toms.
it's necessarily
when I was
trending.
a
It's
kid.
just like a good piece to have.
Yeah, I just like it.
That's awesome.
It's like having a knife in your boot when your pistol runs out of ammunition. It's just an extra piece.
Put it like that.
Okay, yeah, similar.
Same thing.
So on generation, what do you guys' pet peeves about our generation or your generation? Whatever, a pet peeve about some generation or millennials or boomers.
I hate Gen Alpha, which is the one below us. They're like the
But why? Why do you?
Because
you hate them all.
They were raised on like cell phones and stuff, so now they're all on social media and stuff, and just like I feel like they're growing up too fast. Like I feel like Piper and I were like I feel like we grew up a little bit slower than some of our friends too, because we were kind of like stuck to the outdoors and stuff, and we're like I'd rather hang out than hang up on my phone. And that also could have been parenting probably, but like it's like people now just like throw an iPad at their kid. Now they're like these sticky little kids running around saying things they shouldn't be.
That's interesting that you say that because I think of your generation as being that.
I feel like we turned into that, but not necessarily like the iPad kid stereotype. Like we're not like
Interesting.
sitting on phones and stuff if we're wanting to hang out with our friends necessarily.
Yeah, I feel like our generation is the very last blend of it. It's like the happy medium because yes, we're all addicted and it happened, but it happened later enough in life to where it's not all we know. Like she said, I feel like it's so common to see parents with little kids and the second their kid like annoys them, here's the iPad.
Yeah.
Or like when I'm babysitting kids, all they want to do is, can I play games on your phone? Can I play games? Like, let's go
Yeah,
outside and touch the grass for like.
I've had a lot of babysitting difficulties with iPad kids because it was like they would run into their parents' room and lock the door because they had gone over their screen time. So I was the one that was getting in trouble while the parents were working from home, and they would just be like, "Well, I mean, if they're upset, you might as well just let them play." And I'm like, "You told me not to let them have the iPad. Now you're just making it harder on yourself in the future." And they don't have social skills, and that generation can't read. Like, there's like a huge like that's like it's literally like statistics. They can't like they're not learning to read till like third grade. When we were reading in like kindergarten, like they didn't know some of the alphabet.
I also think a lot of iPad kid issues have to stem from the parenting issue. Because parents will just be like, well, I mean, here's the iPad, so take it.
I
So,
think you're
and
right.
these are millennial parents, I guess.
Yes, millennial parents are the problem.
So I
So
have
Sorry.
I have young kids. I'm like a millennial, except I'm old. So I have kids that are 9. Somebody just came in. Welcome. 9, 12, and 13. And so none of my kids have a device, and we don't have a video game console in our house. And we don't have cable or any type of TV. So
I'm calling CPS right now. Where's my phone?
yeah, so yeah.
I think you're doing a good job, is what it sounds like.
So so they don't have a phone, and they my boy has one of my oldest, and now he's doing sports. He has a watch that can only call us. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it's called a junior tracker. But
That's smart. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, so his watch, we can call him and it can call us, and that's it, basically.
Yeah, my little cousin has something like that. Like, it's a watch that he can text like 5 contacts on, and it's like his parents and his grandparent. It's my grandparent.
That's it. Yep, same.
It's kind of hard though, because that generation, I feel like they're in kindergarten using like iPads, learning how to do Excel or something. Who knows? But they're just like so much more. Like they were introduced that in kindergarten. I don't think I used a computer probably until I was like in third grade. Which isn't that big of a gap, but it was like not iPad level of technology. It was like the beginnings of like everyone owning a computer in their home.
So that's our fear, is that we make our kids behind, right? Behind their peers.
Mm-hmm.
That's our fear. And so we've made that choice, and we said we'd rather have kids that are social, that look you in the
100%.
eye, that do all these kind of things, and we'll live with the fact that they have to catch up on computer-oriented activities.
I think just like even our generation was so quick to like know exactly how to use an iPhone. Like the only thing I don't know how to use is Facebook, honestly. I'm still confused on how that works. But I feel like Facebook, I don't know how that works sometimes.
Me neither. It's so complicated.
That's
it's
all
so
the
confusing.
old people on there.
Maybe it's just beyond me, but I feel like younger generations learn how to use technology easier, so I don't think it's going to affect them severely. Like they'll just because they probably see their friends doing everything already. They know how to do it on their phone or their iPad or their computer. They just don't have a personal one, which I think is very smart.
So I was going to ask, so I'm guessing all 3 of you have babysitted. You probably have cousins or something in that realm. And are they all the same? I mean, it's every one you babysitted, every cousin, every whatever, nephews, nieces, are they all the same? Is there any standouts that
the ones that didn't have technology were the standouts, but like every kid I babysat was pretty horrible, like my cousins. Yeah, I'm not gonna list the names, but they My cousins though that are raised in Michigan with my Aunt Claire, she's very like no technology, and they're like the most well behaved kids ever. Like
Really?
you're like one of the few kids that would make me want to have kids. But seeing kids today, I'm like, ugh, I can't even imagine someone being a brat like that.
Darby, you make me feel better about my choices.
I'm glad. I can back you up on
And
that one.
and they're well behaved. You're right. My kids are well
Mhm.
behaved. It's a
Yeah.
huge difference. Yeah.
Do they
I
get
Like,
picked
just
so,
on
love
at
a
school
kid.
though?
It's so funny to me. I
Who's
love
funny?
children. I just love children. They're just so funny to me.
so where were we on pet peeves? I don't know who went. Somebody went. I don't even know where we started on that. But
I think I
That was
honestly was the
Darby's.
only one that
I don't
talked.
know if we did
okay.
pet peeves.
Yeah, we did. So Darby, that was yours at the Generation Alpha. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So
Oh.
Riley, what do you got on pet peeves?
No, I guess. Uh, I don't know. I don't really know what the stereotypes are generationally.
No.
What do you
No,
mean?
no pet peeves about your parents or
Skinny
anything.
jeans is something you said. Skinny jeans is bad. Never bring it back.
I love skinny jeans.
No. One of my favorite family stories is that my mom loves skinny jeans. She loves them. And so she tried to get them on my brother when he was like little, like he was elementary school, made him wear them, and he got stuck in them. And it was
And to cut them off.
That's fantastic.
so bad.
That's
So
fantastic.
I know about skinny jeans, but I didn't realize like Jasmine's husband only has skinny jeans. And one day at work, she was like, you know what? My husband looks like a teenager because all he owns are skinny jeans and hoodies. We have to change this. So when did they go out? I don't even know. I don't think I
Dude,
ever had
it's
that era.
I think like
I think it's like
our
5
senior
years
high
ago.
school, mom jeans started coming in, which is
Yeah.
like the looser pant.
I love them.
But yeah, same.
I hope
I
they never
think
go
like
out
the
of
best style though would be just
They
anything
look
that is
good.
not attached intensely to your calf, like a legging. I just can't
Yeah,
go
'cause,
back
I
to that.
mean, jeggings
Yet
or
Yeah.
leggings that look like
you love
jeans.
the
That's good or bad?
I think denim is like a little for guys it's also different, I think. Like I don't think it's as bad for a guy to wear skinny jeans as a girl because it's
Oh, I
like
do.
socially canceled for
Mm.
women, I feel like. But
You think a guy can
Um,
get by with it faster than a woman?
I completely disagree.
I completely disagree.
I don't know. I feel
If
like
you saw a guy walking down the street and then on the other side of the street you saw a girl walking down the street and they both had skinny jeans on, my immediate thought of the guy would be like,
My immediate thought is
And
you both need fashion advice.
yeah, the girl would just be like, oh, she's just like stuck in the 2000s, and the guy would be like, he is really struggling.
Yeah, I would just think he's kind of an odd one. But
So what do you wear now? What are you supposed to wear?
They're middle.
I
They're in
just
between.
straight leg.
Yeah, it's a straight leg. That's exactly right. That's what I'm about.
Not boot cut.
Because I'm
I
trendy.
like a boot cut.
Yeah,
boot cut's good.
Could be in.
Boot cut's a little
Like a
big
slight
though.
flare.
It's a little big if you're unless you're
I wear
wearing
boots
boots.
a
It's a
lot.
little big. What if you wear
No,
boots?
I don't wear
That's
boot
good.
cut without boots. Actually, I may have today at the baseball game, but anyway. Um,
That's another thing. Denim, like jeans with like running shoes, I don't really like.
Me
Really?
either. Me either.
No, it needs to be like a sneaker, like a sharper sneaker, or like a streetwear shoe, or like a boot, or even like a boat shoe. Anything
Yeah,
but
I
like a
agree.
running shoe with
I agree.
jeans.
100%.
huh.
Certain
What if
running
it's
shoes
just-
are okay, but
What if it's casual and you're at the mall or at the food court? I
No,
mean, you got to dress up for that.
Well,
Not
that's see,
allowed.
that's
you don't
that-
have
Darby,
to.
Darby says you can wear whatever, wherever. So
No, taking that out of context.
Don't put words in her mouth.
Athletic wear with athletic wear,
okay,
not
okay,
running shoes and jeans.
okay.
Interesting.
So my pet peeve about
Learn
your
something.
generation is that you guys sit at the same table and text each other, and then all laugh. You're texting, and then you all laugh, and you're texting each other at the same table. Just talk.
That's a like if we need to say something to each other and somebody else is in the room that cannot hear what needs to be said.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about somebody that's there.
Yes, 100%.
So when that one person doesn't laugh, they know you're talking about them anyway.
Well, you're
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to keep
it's
it
actually-
fly,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work out very well half the time.
But a lot of times, like, it could be noticeable. Like, even it could be different groups. It could be a large group of people, and 4 out of 10 are in a group message saying blah, 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 blah. And they all giggle.
Or it could be 3 out of 2.
Others are like,
3 out of 2. Did you say 3 out of 2?
2 out of 3. Not bad.
What did she say? 2 out of 2?
3 out of 2.
I said
maybe Gen Z isn't good with math.
So
love
is
that.
this a pet peeve about their generation or just a pet
Yes.
peeve, period?
No, about their generation, because our generation doesn't do that. We don't sit at the same table
No.
at a restaurant and text each other.
Like my biggest pet peeve is someone coming into a room in a bad mood or whatever, and they try to control the room with their bad mood. That's like but that's not a generational thing.
I have a pet peeve about our generation.
Okay, yeah, let's
All
hear
right,
it.
Riley.
I think I hate how when you're asking someone to name their business and name their number or anything, people are automatically going for Instagram or Snapchat and no numbers are given, which
Okay.
is a big
I actually have
generational
something
thing.
to add to that.
Oh
Because
man, this is a
She
great
was so
topic.
echoey, I couldn't hear her.
sorry, I'll turn mine on mute and she can speak again.
I was just saying that I hate that, like, if you're like asking or getting asked on a date or whatnot or anything, people tend to ask for the Instagram and Snapchat and never a phone number.
So you're getting
Yes.
asked out on Snapchat.
Like, if someone's like coming up to me, they're like, "Can I have your Snapchat or can I follow you on Instagram?" Like, that's how it's going.
Yeah, so
Why is that?
What I've heard from boys who are usually the ones that are asking people out on dates, like I think especially if you're younger, like 18 or 19, that's definitely the case. But like all my boyfriend's friends, they're like, "Oh, I'm not getting her Snapchat. That's weird. Like we're grown adults. We need to ask people out on dates through a phone number or calling them." So I feel like it's just like a kind of maturing thing. Like someone needs to grow up a little and realize that's not the way to ask a girl out on a date.
Maybe
For
they
sure.
don't. Maybe they don't want you to have their number if it goes bad. Maybe it's that.
Could be.
I think it's worse to have
Agreed.
I can't hear Piper.
I think it's worse to have the
She's trying to
Snapchat
mute.
because if it goes bad, because you can still keep in touch and see each other's posts and everything. Whereas if you only have the number, you can never talk to that number ever again and never see them again.
Agreed.
Why wouldn't
And
you
you don't have to
block
worry
that
about
person?
not. And you could even do that without them knowing. But if you block someone on Snapchat or Instagram, you know that you're blocked. So
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't understand that. I don't know what the purpose of that would be.
So dating completely has changed over the years, right? So when we were
Yes.
young, guys asked girls out. First of all, none of us had a phone. You could ask for your home phone, but that's the only phone you had. And you certainly didn't have any social media. There was no internet until 97. So we were dating in real life. So you had to ask someone if you had to go down to 7th Street, drive down 7th Street, see a girl in a car or have a girl in your class or whatever.
Hashtag Homo Road in Minden.
So
I'm just trying to make it relative to, and I don't know Orange County. I don't know what's the big street
or
there.
Main Street or whatever the street is, but now, what happens? So then what happened is the next generation down. So we went through this kind of feminism thing, and then guys didn't ask girls out. Girls asked guys out. We went through that period.
I've never been asked that by a girl.
Yeah, but it was more but the girls were saying no a lot. They said no a lot to you, I bet. Yeah, this is in.
I don't think I've ever been
know.
asked that by a girl.
Yeah, but did you get? I mean, but they said no a lot. They used to be nice and hey, whatever. But then it was just no, and they became very firm and they started asking out.
I have to say this real quick, and then we'll turn it over to the girls. So I had a huge crush on this girl in our high school, and I finally got the nerve. I don't know why it's so difficult. Why it's so hard to ask somebody out. It's just rejection, but I don't know. But it was really, really difficult. I finally got the nerve up. I called her from my home phone to her home phone and asked her out for Saturday night or whatever. And she told me she couldn't because she had to wash her hair. And then that night, that next Saturday night, when the date uh, would have been, she was cruising 7th Street. We used to cruise when we were younger. So that was brutal. She was mean girl.
I don't know if that's mean. That's nice to me. I mean,
She lied. You have to wash your hair? That's the worst excuse in the world. That was brutal.
I have to
I-
agree with you on that one. That's
I
just a
think that was
bold-faced lie.
brutal. That was brutal. That was rough.
who was it? What's the first name? I want to know who that is.
Allison.
Oh, yeah, she's cute too.
Oh,
yeah.
I was huge crush.
I know her.
Well, you did. She's not with us anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, of
But
course.
anyway,
I knew her at the time.
right. Not to
Okay,
bring it down.
so tell us about the dating scene. What's it like these days? How does it go about?
I feel like it's not very organic anymore. Like Piper and I are honestly two of the people I know that are a pretty organic relationship. Like she met her boyfriend at the internship and I met mine on a blind date. So it was just kind of random that it worked out that well. But most people are like,
How did the blind
they'll-
date get set up?
Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't know
my
this.
sorority does a function where you have a blind date, so all your friends have to find a date for you.
Oh, wow.
And it was
That's
just
awesome.
one of my friends' friends, and it worked out really well.
That's awesome.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. I thought it was a little cute thing.
Yeah.
Did anybody else's blind date go as well as yours?
No, everyone thought it was hilarious because everyone's like, this is the function that everyone knows it doesn't work out. Like it's like a joke function because everyone's like, it never works out.
If it continues, that's a great story.
That's what my thought was. I was like,
That's
that'd
like
be
a
great to
winning
say.
story. That's a winning
Yeah.
story if you guys stick together.
I'm hoping so.
Pretty glad couple.
But
Don't be too
other than
eager.
that-
He's going to be watching this.
Yeah, I know he's excited. He's excited to listen to it after I was talking about it today. But other than that, like every other like date I've gone on in college was always like just like very like Snapchat based. It wasn't like we met here or there. It was just like, oh, like my friend wanted to add you on Snapchat because he saw you on my story or something. And then
So
like
do
you meet
you-
in person
Wow.
later.
Do you think that's like a dating app like eHarmony? They're kind of using it like that? I know it's not, but are they kind of using it like eHarmony, Farmers Only? I don't know. I think one's called BOGO or something like that. I don't know.
I don't think that's like the actual intention behind it. I just think that's what accidentally came of
They're
it.
just lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You're muted.
now people can, y'all can hear me through her mic, right?
It's a little echoey.
No.
It's okay. We can deal with it.
And now
It's better.
people can basically do screen checks on people just from like Instagram. You know, like if your friend mentions to you like so and so is single, I don't know what kind of conversation, and then you could go on Instagram, look up their name and see, you know, whereas before social media, it was you met them in person and you decide yes or no. You didn't have like all this information to work
Right.
off of.
Your friend's not saying they have a great personality. There's like a Seinfeld, and they're set in Georgia. You said so she's ugly. She's got a great personality. No, she's attractive and she has a great personality. I mean, that's basically how it was back then.
Yeah.
Riley,
As the only single one in the room, I don't know. I think I kind of go off what Darby was saying earlier. I think for sure where we are right now, it's a maturity thing. Because I think when you're like graduating college, you're either trying to grow up and figure out what your next step is, or like who you are or whatnot, or you're just stuck in the same place you have been the past 3 or 4 years. So I think it's kind of the weird balance. So I think right now it's just kind of all over the place, honestly. I think every single person is all over the place. I don't know.
So I have a question. Go ahead. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Riley.
No, go ahead.
Okay, you guys constantly go out. You guys hit the clubs and bars on Dixon constantly. And all the guys do the same thing. And you're bumping into all these people. Nobody's at the clubs or bars and saying, "Hey, well, I've been seeing you around here. How about let's go get pizza on Thursday?" Or I don't know what y'all do.
Very rare.
Very rare.
That's
But
like
you
not
guys
a
are
Really?
all
normal
out
occurrence.
constantly.
That's
That's
another
crazy.
big thing about our generation is guys don't have, like, I feel like
The chutzpah.
back in y'all's day, guys would, go up to girls and talk to them or
Have to.
offer to like buy them a drink, or I don't know, that's what you see in movies.
Right.
And
Ask them for a dance. Yes.
anything. Yeah, that
Yes.
does not happen today. That is not
That's what
like
I was
if you
talking
go
about.
out in Fayetteville, Arkansas, guys will, if they make eye contact with you, look the other way. They're so nervous about any kind of conversation. They
Okay,
like are
what-
so
I think that's
self-conscious
what-
about themselves they can't even talk to a girl.
Let me ask you this. If someone did come up to you and say, "Hey, how about a dance?" Would you look at him like a leper, or would you like
No, I line danced with someone on Thursday night, but that was the first time that's happened in forever. Actually, I think ever in my existence.
Where's line dancing happening?
I
in
will say,
Fayetteville?
yeah, like cowboy types are the only ones that will approach people.
Yep. There you go.
Good.
And that's what it was.
And that's what it was. Cowboy
Yeah.
and all.
Was that Whiskey 101?
No, we were at like Tin Roof watching live music. But I think a lot of people that if you even get approached at a bar, it's definitely not in the scenario of getting approached in I would like to take you out. Like you're not being asked out on a date when you're at a bar. And most people only stick to the people they know. Like you are sticking to your group and you're saying hi to like maybe like a friend of a friend every now and then, but you're rarely talking to new people.
That sounds boring to me.
Yeah.
So if a guy got transported back into time from our generation, he would kill it on the dating scene, is what you're saying.
Or he would be
Probably.
looked at as a weirdo, maybe, because he's
Yeah.
so unusual.
No, he'd kill it. He'd kill it. I think
The guy from like y'all's generation came to ours.
Yes. Yes, as far as dating goes, yeah.
I
Yeah,
oh
so
sorry,
my
I'm interrupting.
No, it's all right. Go ahead, Darby. Hey, so my theory is, so I'm a country dancer, right? And my theory is that if I ask 10 girls to dance, at least one's going to say yes. So I just ask a whole bunch of people. I used to. I would, yeah. That's how I met my wife, by the way, country dancing.
I'd do the same thing. I'd go ask whoever, if somebody was attractive. I went
Oh,
out,
I
I
didn't
feel
care.
like
went
I
out
didn't
with a
care what
couple
they looked
different
like.
girls that I met, asking out to dance.
I feel like
Not out to dance, at the place for a dance.
Darby, your turn.
Sorry.
I feel like the embarrassment is almost too much for guys nowadays too, because it's like
Yes.
their group chats are like, "Oh, he just bloated. That's so embarrassing for him," and
Yes.
it's hanging over for him a lot more. And there's photos of it, and there's like, "Oh, I bought her a drink, and I just wasted $5 on a girl
Yes.
that took my drink and ran.
That's what
Didn't
happens.
even talk to me." But I'm like, that's just kind of how it is. So you either gotta man up and do it, or
Yep.
Yeah,
Not
there's
get
nothing
very
worse than
much.
being told they got to wash their hair. So
Yeah, that's how it started, though. Girls started saying no more often, and then guys, generationally, it just has gotten worse.
Okay, so I want to address the buying a drink and the girl running off with the $5 drink. So I'm not going to name names of places. Go ahead.
And we're running up against our time. So as you finish this one, then we got a little word game we're going to play, and then we'll close it off.
Okay, you don't want to just keep going and maybe make two different ones, or?
I think we'll do the invite back just so everybody,
Okay.
cautious of everybody's time.
Okay. There's a word on the street that there is a house that the girls will be invited to a party, and they run in there and they steal all the booze from the guy's house, and they walk out the door with it, and they're just standing there. So what about those poor guys? Or am I talking out of my head? Have you not heard of this?
Is this a frat house?
Yes, but I'm trying not to say
I know,
that.
I know exactly which one you're talking about. I've been in a limo with those men before, and I did get in their limo just for the aspect of being in a limo, but I wasn't really running in the house. Like, I talked to all of them and had a great time hanging out in there, and I was just like, this is an interesting group of people, but I wasn't like running in there and running out real quick. Like, I was taking my time and
But
getting
some
to know
have.
them for a second. Some definitely have. But some people are like, if you hang out there all night, they'll make you breakfast. So you just got to
Huh.
be the right person walking in.
Say that
Ooh.
again. What happened?
Like,
If you,
when I was a freshman, all of like the juniors were like, you got to go there because if you hang out there all night, they'll make you breakfast when it hits like 5 a.m.
Okay.
That was always like the incentive
It's the
for you to
breakfast
go.
house.
Yeah. But they'll make you like a continental breakfast.
oh my gosh.
It's like I slept great last night. I slept at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Literally.
Remember those commercials?
All right. So we're on to our word game, and then we'll close it off. Have you guys had a good time?
Oh
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
been
been
Me
awesome.
too.
awesome.
Me
Before
too.
we start the word game, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
was told that Riley had things to say to me on this.
Uh-oh.
Do you have something on your mind real quick, or is this for the next episode? Because I can't really hold on very long.
We
We
can
can
next
next
episode.
episode it.
Don't forget.
I'm putting it down as a
I'm
topic.
gonna write it down.
No, I think
I'm putting it down as a
can't
topic.
hold on very long. He can't handle waiting.
Like,
don't
I
think she
can't
heard that.
handle it. I know that you had something to say, and I kind of wanted to hear it, but it's fine. I'll go get on my Snapchat and tell everybody I got burned.
Oh,
Wait.
Riley.
My headphones are only button
you
have
have
Snapchat.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. What's the matter?
What's wrong?
Is I blowing you away?
You're on mute, Raleigh.
Okay,
There
wait.
you go.
Now I'm better.
My
My
computer
computer
yeah.
just started blasting because I heard
nothing else.
nothing.
What song was it?
It was all that was happening.
Okay, Greg, do the word game. I don't know. I think I lost them.
I love it. I love losing people.
They listen to music at this point.
Typical Gen Z.
Right. Short attention spans.
Short attention spans. That's right. Okay, so
That's what Greg's wanting to cut this off.
So the word game is there's new words that are added to the dictionary every year. So Darren and I go first, and we try to define what the word is. These are words we don't know. And then you guys get to define what they are, and then we get points. It's 1 point for every. First of all, you get 5 points for the bonus word. So the first word is pink washing. Pink
Oh, I do know
washing.
what that is.
So basically,
So
if you know what it is and you explain it, and we find out later you're right, you get the point. But if you've never heard of it, you're guessing. So
yeah. So Darren, go
if you
ahead.
didn't get that.
Pink washing, Darren.
Man, pink washing. Pink washing. Maybe you're cleansing. Maybe you're done dating girls, and you're washing your hands of girls.
Dude, I think that's a great guess. That's a great guess. I think that's good. That's a winner. Okay, so I'm gonna say it's.
So I get a point?
No, not yet. We gotta read the word. I'm gonna say it is. It is similar that you're not into LGBTQ type stuff.
Oh, like
Okay, so how do we go about this next for us?
Yeah, you guys just any of you. And if you have the same one, we'll give a half point. But yeah, so go ahead.
I think I do know what this one is. I think it's like like how people like whitewash films, if y'all know what that means too, but pink wash is like overdoing it with women in films. Not films, but like anything. Like too much of a feminist movement almost for something that's not really necessary.
Oh,
And I think I
Uh-huh.
literally found this out like last week. Like it's not something that's been super common in my vocabulary.
I'm following what you're saying. Like a year or two ago, there were parades and people were dressed up as uteruses and stuff like that. I don't even know what that was about, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just kind of
sorry,
like overdoing it in areas that aren't
that's
necessary.
overdoing it, I think.
So, how about Riley or Piper?
I was kind of gonna go with what you said.
Wash
Wash it away.
Exactly what you said.
Dating.
Okay, right, Piper, what you got?
Yeah, I had never heard of it before, but I think I'm gonna go with Darby's answer.
Okay, so pink washing, also known as rainbow washing, is the strategy
Ah,
of promoting. I got it wrong. Of promoting LGBT rights or TQ rights, probably uh, rights protection as evidence of liberalism and democracy, especially to distract from a legitimate or legitimize violence against other countries. Basically, uh, attempting to benefit from uh, purported support. So basically, somebody who's benefiting from, how you put if you want to benefit from black owned or whatever, and you're not, or what have you, you're LGBTQ friendly, but maybe you're just doing it to
they're
benefit.
flying the flag
Yeah,
Yeah,
flying the
that.
flag, but just doing a benefit. So
just to get the
0
goodies.
points.
And
0
it's
points.
pink washing. I would think that'd be
Pink washing.
rainbow washing.
It is also rainbow
He
washing.
said also, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
Okay. What about cyber flashing? Cyber flashing, Darren.
Ooh, yikes. Sounds naughty.
Yeah, I think I'm going with naughty.
Okay, I guess cyber flashing is like back in the day, if you flashed, if you streaked, like you would run naked through the neighborhood, or you would wear a trench coat and you'd flash somebody on the street. So maybe you do that on your webcam or something.
I think that's what I'm going with too. So I think I'm going with that you're showing your goods on online.
I don't know where
What
you
about
do that though. It wouldn't stay up, I wouldn't think.
what
I
about
feel
you
like
guys?
it's some kind of like selling propaganda almost, like cyber selling, like fast fashion, something maybe along those
Wow.
lines.
I'm thinking it's like a sudden surge of a bunch of like cyber usage, basically. Like one day the internet is blowing up. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, wow.
So
Love it.
like something is
Like, you know
whatever it's
how,
called,
like, okay, Taylor Swift releases buy these tickets, then all of a
and it
sudden her
crashes.
website crashes.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stick with Darby's answer.
Okay, cyber flashing refers to the act of sending non-consensual intimate images to another person.
Oh.
What?
I get a point.
Darren and Greg. 1 point
Wow, the
each.
two old guys got it.
Wow. What about WOC? I don't know if it's a word or if it's you say it was all caps. WOC. Have
Women
no
of
idea.
color?
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't have got that, but okay. So Darren and I did. Darren, who got that? That's probably what it is.
Piper immediately.
Is that what it is?
I think that is what it is. It's like
It is.
BIPOC, like I
Okay,
don't know
so
exactly what it
Piper,
stands for.
1
Black
point,
Indigenous people of color.
even though she went out of order, so you get a half point for going
Oh
out.
gosh, who gets her point?
That's all right. I'm
She
just
buzzed in.
kidding. How about
I'm a teacher student.
okay? So Latin. Latine. Latine.
I feel like actually I'm not supposed to go
Wait a
yet.
second. Yeah, not yet, Darren.
Latine sounds like Latino. So maybe Latine is something Spanish involved. Latine. Maybe it's what is it when you're trying to be something but you're not? Like I want to be a rapper and I start dressing like a rapper. But I'm like a
An
poser.
imitator. Yeah.
Imitator. Maybe Latine is like an imitator of a Latino.
Dude, I love the way you guys think out your process. I'm gonna do that. So, and the fact that I come from a Latin family, my whole family, I'm married to a Latina.
You look very Latin.
Yeah, my kids too. So anyway, I'm married to a Latina, and I'm guessing that because of this Latinx and such, that Latine is the non-sexual Latino versus Latina. Latine. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Don't.
That was my thought. I was going to say it was the non-binary term for someone that is Latina or Latino, because in my Italian class, my professor's whole thing is trying to like make the language not feminine or masculine.
Which is ridiculous because it's a feminine and masculine language.
Exactly. So it's kind of hard to do. But I feel like that is where the Latine word is stemming from.
Yeah, I think.
I didn't realize there was a Latina and a Latino. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's probably what
All right.
that is.
Riley Piper.
Yeah, it's definitely a big group of people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
Okay. Piper.
I'm gonna also go with that.
I don't want
Okay.
to go first anymore.
I'll go first next time. Darren.
Hey, I
Latine
got
is
in
a
trouble for going first.
You won though.
yes. Latine is a gender neutral. Okay, so we got it. Yeah. Everybody
okay.
except Darren. So Riley, Piper.
But I didn't have that to go off of.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should do like anonymous entries.
I kind of like mine.
Yeah, it was good. It was well thought out. What about native language? Last one, native language.
That's a new word.
Yes.
It's really odd.
That's
I
ridiculous.
think I think maybe it's as opposed to heritage language, but I'm going to say native language is where you were the language of where you were born.
Yes, of course. That's what it means.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with too. And it's like not your only language, but like the one you grew up learning in that area, and then like you moved to America or something after.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. It's like your first speaking language.
Yeah, that's where you want one.
My first word when I was a child was gato.
Latine.
It's a true story.
My
Cat in
gosh.
Spanish was my first word.
You know, when I met my wife,
Trivia, baby.
I knew very little Spanish, and I asked her, "Tu gato bebe leche?" And she laughed at me because they don't use bebe with a cat drinking. It's more like if someone is like drinking alcohol. So, yeah.
I know
Anyway.
loco in the cabeza.
I know a lot more Spanish these days. Okay, so everyone got that point. So the win. So Piper.
Were we right?
3 point. Oh yeah, yes. Piper 3. I didn't read it, but yes, you're right. Piper 3 points. Greg 3 points. This is the first time I've even been close to winning. So for the bonus, if you guys, Darren and I already know what it is, but if you guys can even together, we'll split the points or give you all 5. If you guys know what cakeage is, cakeage, Cakeage.
Is that like how big someone's booty is?
Oh my gosh!
That's what I was thinking.
That is
Is that
unbelievable.
incredible?
That is unbelievable. Okay.
It's like, yeah.
Generations language.
Yeah.
So
The thing
is, go Dan.
That's actually not what that means, but that's what went into my head when we had it the first time, and now that's like our code word in this podcast. That's our work.
So
What
every
is it
person. So first of all, we've had 3 millennials, and they've all said cakeage means what you said, a big booty, and you guys said it's a big booty. So now we've got Gen Zs,
We said that.
and
too.
Darren said I didn't say it, but
Is it literally like being cake?
No.
no. So that's what I thought, right? So cakeage is actually the charge that a restaurant charges if you bring your own cake into a restaurant.
Like a
And they-
corkage.
Right.
Yes,
It's a cakeage
cakeage fee.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but
But everybody's mind is on the same thing.
So, yeah,
Brain rot.
so you guys get the 5 points because in our world, we've made up a new term. It's called cakeage. It will be in the dictionary at some point, with an alternate definition that will say big booty beside it.
Often.
Hey, well, fantastic. It was a great time. It was great having everyone on. Any closing comments from anybody?
Thanks for having us. This was fun.
I've enjoyed my time.
And you lasted the whole time without listening to music, unlike Riley.
That's true. We should get an extra point just for that.
Hey, at least it wasn't Castle playing in the background.
That's true. At least I'm watching TV.
So the overall winner, by the way, was Piper with 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Good job, Piper.
Whoop, whoop.
All right.
Awesome.
Darren,
Thanks, guys.
close us out.
I don't really know how to close it out, but thanks everyone for being here and coming. And we might actually ask each one of you maybe to come on separately in a future episode and delve deeper with each one of you. And I'd like to know if you like the idea of this. I think it's interesting and it's topical, and I think it's kind of a thing now, generational thinking. So anyway, thanks guys, and I'm hoping everybody enjoyed it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, what do I hit?
Did we just hit the leave button?